Acadian wrote goof morning, which I think was probably a typo, but it pretty much sums up how things are going. So I think that's pretty awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. For those of you who are new, hello, welcome. I am Margie Remmers-Davis, founder and CEO of Acadian Accounting Education, and this is our weekly live stream that we hold inside of our Facebook group called the QBO Gym Locker Room. If I can figure out how to share my screen, I don't know why I don't know what I'm doing, guys. My head is so buried in the accelerator. It's hard for me to pull myself out. But here we go. All right. So this is our weekly live stream that we hold every week inside of our free Facebook group, the QBO Gym Locker Room. And it is your spot for hands-on practice using QuickBooks Online. Hands-on practice. That is all we do here. We are all about learning by doing. So inside of the group, you have access, or when you joined the group, you got a free QBO QuickStart course. So that was your login information was emailed to you. That's why we collect your email address so we can get you that course. And if you never got the email or you can't access it for whatever reason, make sure you email support at acadian.com. That's AKADIAN. And we'll get you squared away. We'll figure out, it happens all the time. People type in the wrong email address. You accidentally type gmail.co instead of gmail.com. And our people, we try and catch the big egregious ones, but if you spell your own name wrong, which happens, then or if you forgot which email address you use, there's so many things that could happen. But we'll get it sorted so that you can get that course, because you want to make sure that you know how to get your free QuickBooks Online accountant account. What makes an accountant account different than a regular QBO subscription that the business owners use, how to navigate QBO terms, workflows, and of course you have hands-on practice exercises for actually using it and knowing the very basic simple things. Okay, so that's the QBO QuickStart course. Also, as a member of this group, we have over 100. I think it might be getting close. Oh, no. I thought I saw a number today. That can't be right. Anyway, around 100. I think it's more free hands-on exercises where you can go in and practice using QuickBooks Online. So people are always asking me where to find the exercises. Here's where they are. If you look in the group, in the featured section, right here it says featured. This is new. This happening now. I don't remember seeing that. Oh, it says only admins and moderators can see that. So you're not going to see that. But right here, there is a post that says over 100 hands-on exercises. And there's a link there that will take you to the page that has all of the exercises. I did get some feedback that we were having problems with that link maybe yesterday. I know our team was working on it, so I don't know what the status is of it right this second. But if you have any issues, definitely write to support@acadian.com, and so we'll get it figured out. One thing somebody reported is that it was working on Chrome but not working on Safari, which is sad if you're a Mac person like me. But all right, let me just check my comments here. See, I can't see comments, but anyway, I'll have to figure that out. Okay, so that is where the free exercises are. You also get to participate in this live stream where we're going to walk through an exercise of the week, which, oh, by the way, you get a free exercise of the week. So all of this, you can join live. If you're in this live right now with us right now, you're already in the locker room, no big deal. If you're watching this on YouTube, and you want to join us live, you want to be able to interact and ask questions, you want all these goodies, free stuff, then of course the link is down below for all of that stuff. The QBO Gym locker room, let's talk about this. The free exercise of the week, that's where I was. The free exercise of the week is part of our subscription product called the QBO Gym. Now, everything that I've talked about so far, the locker room, the QuickStart, the free exercise, everything free. We have tons of free stuff for you to learn about QuickBooks Online. And but you can also, but these are just individual exercises that teach you one specific feature of QuickBooks Online. That's different than we have a subscription product. So now this is a paid subscription for something called the QBO Gym. Now the QBO Gym is an immersive simulated experience of actually being a bookkeeper. So if you have ever thought to yourself, oh, well, I don't have any experience, I can't get a job, I don't have an experience, and I can't get experience without a job. If you have ever thought to yourself, oh, I wish that I could just have an internship just to kind of like see what bookkeeping is really like. Or could I just shadow somebody to like see what to see what it's like? Well, that's what the QBO Gym is. You get to be actually a bookkeeper in this immersive environment for a fictitious business owner. And it's an entire year. And during that year, all sorts of things happen to the business owner that you then have to record. And it's a very realistic experience of being a bookkeeper. So the QBO Gym, and Joel will put the link if you'd like to find out more about but I can't see my comments, so maybe he already has. Joel is my husband who joins us on these calls, and what the heck is this is going to be a challenge today, guys. Oh, there's another chunk. Okay. Lillian says when she gets on the QBO Gym, she feels like she's actually going to work, which is that's great. That's exactly what it is designed for. You really should be considering it like your first client. Okay, so you need to treat your fictitious business owner like a client and actually go in and do the work. I mentioned that it's a year's worth of content. So it starts in February and March, year one, etc. But those are not calendar months. They're like content months. It's a fictional month. So each month takes about 3 to 4 hours of time to work on. So you can get an entire year's worth of experience in about 42 real-time hours. And then of course you can move on to year 2, which is also that's a whole nother thing. It's similar but different. It's more challenging. But anyway, so Joel, my husband, for those of you who are new, has posted in the chat the link to a 5-day challenge. So you can actually get this first month for free. Try it out, see if you like it, and then if you want to go on and do the rest of the year, you can. All of the work that you do in the QBO Gym is linked to our proprietary dashboard called Booksmatch, which I forgot that I have to always have a person pulled up. Right in my checklist, guys. All right, so let's see. Ellen is our top person. Ellen has not replaced her profile picture, so she needs to do that. So she's number 1 in the list. That's who I happen to pick up today. So everything that you do in the gym is tracked in Booksmatch, which is our proprietary dashboard. And we're keeping track of all of the skills that you are learning. And we have them organized by skill group. You can see Ellen here has verified 385 skills. So as she's been working in the gym and she's been working on these things, you can click any one to see to drill down and see the more specifics of what exactly they were of what she was doing. You can see a group comparison, so you can see where you are. You are the solid line compared to the grayed out line where everybody is. And then, so we created this so you could track and see where you are, but then we also have the ability to show you off and show this to people who are looking for bookkeepers. And so we actually worked with a recruiter to develop this dashboard of what they would want to see about you to want to hire you. So there are 3 key metrics that we track. The first is knowledge. The knowledge metric is just the breadth of experience that you have, the total number of skills that you have earned since you have been in the gym. Which is great if you've been in around for a long time and you've accumulated a lot of skills. But we didn't want to disadvantage the people who are brand new. And so if you are brand new, because of the people who are brand new, we're also tracking speed. Now, speed doesn't mean how quickly you get through an exercise. It is how many skill points you have accumulated in the last week. So Ellen is kicking butt and has accumulated 42, that's a huge number, has accumulated 42 skills in the last week. Okay, so the knowledge, which is this one, and the speed, which is this one, they balance each other out to make it more fair for everybody. But the most important metric that we're tracking is this one, which is your consistency. So I mentioned that we worked with a recruiter to develop this, and she told us that her number one pet peeve, the one thing that made her job hard, was reaching out to people who weren't actually looking anymore. So they either found a job or they gave up or, whatever. And she said, I would make all these calls and they, and it was so frustrating and she wasted so much time. So she actually wanted us, she's like, if you could just have a check-in, just have them check in every week to say, yes, I'm still looking. Yes, I'm still looking. Yes, I'm still looking. Well, 2 things happened. One was we decided that every week was a little excessive, so we made it every 14 days. But then we said, well, instead of just a check-in, why don't we make them do an exercise? And so that's how the exercise of the week was born. Is the exercise of the week is actually it's designed for people who have been in for a really long time and just need something to go in and keep saying, yes, I'm still looking. Yes, I'm still looking. Yes, I'm still looking. But it has the added benefit that now we have an exercise of the week and we can talk about it. And if you are not in a position to subscribe to the gym, the only way for you to get that exercise of the week is to come here with us live. So let me just do my weird, because I haven't gotten a chunk of comments in a while. So let me just refresh or whatever I'm supposed to do here to make that a reality. I don't know what's going to happen. This is just such a weird technology day, guys. Maybe it's the storm. I don't know. All right, well, hopefully, there it goes. Guys, I don't know what the heck. Okay. Sandy says, one added bonus, it's helping me establish my processes and workflows. You're talking about the gym. Are you a subscriber to the gym and you're mentioning that? Yes, 42 skills in a week. That's Ellen is kicking butt. Yes. Okay. All right. So, let's see, what else do I need to say about this? Anyway, I can't remember. I have a mind blank. All this technology stuff, mind blank. Anyway, the exercise of the week. So the exercise of the week is actually a separate course in your dashboard, and it is unlocked when you hit 250 points. And we now have the 2025 ones grouped separately from the 2024. So there's just lots and lots of stuff for you to work on and for you to keep your stats high. All right, so whoops, that's too much. All right, so how about we actually do an exercise? Before I do that though, we have a drawing. Yes, let's do the first drawing right now. Okay. So, recently, we decided that we are every month. I'm going to stop being tiny here for a second. Okay. So recently we decided, last month, I guess, was the first month. We decided that we wanted to reward the people who are working hard in the gym. Now, one thing that I didn't mention about the gym is it's all gamified. So my vision when I created it was that it was Duolingo for bookkeeping. And so we have bells and whistles and badges and celebrations, like all sorts of, you get points and it goes ka-ching, like as you do stuff. And it's super fun. Again, do the 5-day free challenge so you can get a taste of it. Because I can't demo everything on these calls. So, but anyway, so you earn badges every month that you complete. And so, obviously 12 badges in a year. And, so we decided, last month that we're now going to do a drawing of the people who, earned badges the previous month. So we're going to do a drawing of all of the people who earned badges in the month of December. And so in order to get a badge, or in order to be in the drawing, you have to not only earn the badge, but tell us an aha or something that you loved about that month's worth of content. So you may have seen, I'm going to go back to share my screen. In the guides, Caitlin is our curriculum development manager, and she will tag, so she tags the people. Let me make this a little bigger. So here's what you do in the month of February. Is you record a sales receipt. Again, this is the free one, guys. So if you're not in it, join it so you can do these things. You send a sales receipt, you record a PayPal sale, you apply 3 check payments, all this huge list. You create an estimate, you convert the estimate to a purchase order, you run these reports, all this good stuff, okay? So anybody who in the month of December earned the February badge, then Caitlin is going in and tagging you. Okay, so here, badge earners during the month of December. Here's all these people. And then, and let's see, I think she does both year 1 and year 2. Okay, so here you can see, so Stephanie says, I am loving year 2. I mentioned this before, but this is a great way to practice and test my skills. As a former teacher, one teaching style is I do, we do, you do. Year 1 was much like I do. The steps were clearly written out, and all I had to do was follow them. Now year 2 is very much like the we do. I'm doing the exercises with support. So anyway, thank you. I can do them on my own, but I can always check my work. So yeah, it really has boosted my confidence every time I do a little fist bump in the air because I got something right. I love that. I want a picture of your fist bump, Stephanie. Uyi says, my biggest aha was the lesson on sending overdue invoices. Every time I practice with exercises from the gym, I'm impressed by QBO's capabilities. Anyway, so if you earned a badge and you commented, then your name got put in the drawing, and you can be in the drawing multiple times because, I mean, it only takes 3 or 4 hours to earn a badge. So you could do a whole year in a month and then have your name entered 12 times. So, all right, so let's do our drawing. Look at all of the people. Look at all of the people. Here are the ones I just read, Stephanie and Uyi. All right, so we have 39 entries. And the prize, by the way, the prize is a month free of the gym. So whatever you're paying, whether you're paying like full price or you have some kind of a discount for a special that we ran or like whatever, we're gonna refund you whatever you paid for the last month. Now, I said last time that I was going to do a drawing for every 25 names that were in here, and we have 39. So I guess that means, I need to wait until we get 50 in order to do it 2 times. So I guess today there will just be 1 drawing. Let me just check. I got to do my little thing and see if my chat needs to refresh. Okay. Hopefully everyone's super excited about the drawing. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with my comments. Oh, here we go. Bunch. Okay. All right. I will address I will address these questions in just a second about Booksmatch. Okay. All right, so let's do our drawing. Ready? I'm anxious to see who's going to win. Bum, 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 bum. So many names. And the winner is, Brittany! Woohoo! Brittany, I don't know if you are on the call today, but I did say need not be present to win. All right, I'm just writing your name down. All right, woohoo! All right, so one of the issues, the reason I was delayed is because we're going to have a second drawing. And the second drawing is for, we had asked, so we have so many people ask us, what course should I take next? Like, this is like a big thing that people are asking is, what course should I take next? And so we thought, well, instead of just telling our opinion, let's ask our community of the courses that they have taken, what course, like what was their journey? Like what did they do? So we did a drawing, or we did a survey, and the winner of this so anyone who completed the survey was going to win $100 toward any of our courses. And last I checked, we got, let me just check right now. All right. Nope. That's not it. This one. The problem is, let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh, good. My team is working on it. Okay. All right. We got, hold on. This is crazy. So many people responded. We got 123 responses. 123. So I am not going to, I'm not going to do one for every 25, but I think that I am going to do 2 drawings. 2 drawings. For those of you who took the time to let us know your journey, we really appreciate it. And thank you to my team for setting this up. There was some miscommunication beforehand. So I'm going to refill out the wall of, or the, not the wall, the wheel of names. Okay, 100. Oh my gosh, look, now I'm going to share my screen so that it's super tiny. Oops, this one. Look how tiny, look how tiny it is because there are so many names. All right, I'm going to do 2 drawings because I am so grateful that so many of you took the time to write to us. Okay, so here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting because it's so tiny. You can't tell who these people are. All right, let's see. And it is Karen Duran. Woohoo! Karen Duran, $100 off your course of choice. All right, let's see who else. We removed her name. We're going to do it again and see. Bum, 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 bum. It's so tiny. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Courtney Wright. Yay, Courtney. I don't know. My comments are weird because, so I don't know. I don't know if you guys are on the call today, but I did say that you did not have to be present to win because I know a lot of people that are in our world still have day jobs and all of that good stuff. All right, let me go back and answer the questions about Booksmatch. And then we seriously have to get into our exercise, guys, because it is, look at how late it is and we haven't even done the exercise yet. Okay. All right. Let's see. A lot of congratulations. All of that. Woohoo. Okay. 122. Oh yeah, John put it in the chat. But see, I didn't see it because I'm having weird problems with the chat. All right, so let me go back to, okay, Michael says, Michael says, my Booksmatch shows that I completed 70 skills last week. Holy freaking cow, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's awesome. I don't know how many knowledge skills though you have. So the algorithm weighs the two of them together. So I don't know that. It also says I'm not on any watch list. So let me explain about the watch list. So this is a thing that that we implemented for the recruiters, the people that, I don't always go into all this detail on the call, but we set it up so that recruiters could reach out to you in the platform, okay? And they could either reach out to you directly just with a chat message, or they could just put you on a watch list, say, oh, I like this person. I want to just watch and see what skills that they have, accumulated. We have not done a very good job teaching the people who sign up for the platform about all of the tools. And so we have not done a good job of training them on what the watch list is and how to use it. So it doesn't surprise me that that you don't have any watch lists set up, because we haven't done a good job of that. The other thing is that so I've talked on the calls before about these 3 buckets. So the first, and the buckets are the groups of people that we are exposing you guys to. The first, when we first launched Booksmatch, the the bucket that we focused on were people who had job listings on Monster and Indeed. And that was super successful. Like we got a ton of people to look at you, not you personally, but like you guys. But what happened was that many of our students came back to us and said, well, I'm getting people reaching out, but they are looking for people for jobs, and I don't want a job. I want to be a freelance person. And so we kind of stopped until we can kind of change. We're going to be changing up Booksmatch this year so that you can more easily self-identify. I mean, you can do it now, but you will be able to more easily self-identify that, no, I don't want a job. I only want freelance. And so we can do that matching better. So that's the first group and we started there simply because it was easier. I mean, those were the people that were looking to hire, and we're like, okay, well, we're just going to go and magically like match them up. Then, so we got that going. Then we have our second group of people was accounting firms. We said, oh, well, we've got, accounting firms are, they're going to look for bookkeepers either as overflow. So to like, oh, we have so much work and like, we're going to send it, or sometimes as employees, or sometimes just as referral partners. And so we actually hired a full-time person who calls accounting firms. Like that's his job, is to call accounting firms and tell them about you and about this service. And what we discovered by making these phone calls is the people that we were calling were less interested in your QBO skills and more interested in your bookkeeping skills. What we heard over and over and over was, well, they know QBO, your students know QBO, but do they know bookkeeping? Because that's really what we need people for. And we said, oh, well, we don't teach bookkeeping, but we certainly can, because we have the best methodology for actually teaching in an fun, interactive way that you actually learn. And we have all of these relationships. And so that's why I mentioned at the beginning of the call, I've been really working on what we're calling the Bookkeeping Accelerator. So the Bookkeeping Accelerator is designed to take a person who knows nothing and teach bookkeeping specifically in a way that the CPAs and accountants and tax preparers who receive the books on the other side, the ones that you're going to turn the books over to, you're learning how to do the books in a way that it's going to make their job easier, so that you know what they're looking for. And if you can do that, if you can understand what they're looking for on the other side, then you're going to become their best friend. They're going to become a champion for you. They're going to say, oh my gosh, like this is the best bookkeeper I have ever worked with. Because they actually get me. They're tax aware. They understand how I think and what I'm looking for. And oh my gosh, they make my job so much easier. And so they're more likely to hire you, refer you, and all of that. So that is the Bookkeeping Accelerator. Hopefully by now, Joel has already put that link in the chat. So that, that's coming out the end of this month. And right now we're just building up a wait list. So anybody who's interested in learning skills, there's a million bookkeeping courses out there, a bajillion bookkeeping courses. And every community college has a bookkeeping course. There's a bajillion bookkeeping courses, and there's all sorts of gurus on the internet that are promising this, that, and the other if you just learn this super easy bookkeeping skill. Our course is not any of those. Our course is different. For those of you who are familiar with our methodology and how we teach with interactive hands-on practice, like I promised you we're going to get to today, hands-on practice, actually doing. We've got interactive activities. We've got quizzes, everything to help it actually sink in so that you actually can know what you're doing. Okay, so that is coming, Bookkeeping Accelerator. All right, let's see. Sherry's question was also about the watch list. Jessica says, if I'm finished with the gym and exercise year 1 and in current, yes, your points should absolutely be higher. So write to us at support@acadian.com and we're going to take a look at your account, because yes, if you've done all that work, you should absolutely be closer to, I mean, I think people have, the highest number I've seen is over 400 now. So yes, absolutely. Okay, I think that's it, all right, should we get into some actual hands-on practice? Like, I started this whole thing saying we're all about hands-on practice, and we've done no hands-on practice. Okay, so let's get to work, guys. Like, this is the juicy stuff. This is, I know, all these announcements and stuff. This is the juicy stuff. All right, so let's get to our exercise of the week. Now, new for 2025 is we are going to, just to make my life easier, my team's life easier, and all of that, is we're going to be doing themes for this year. And we're mapping out the themes so that every week it's going to alternate between a level 1 exercise, a level 2 exercise, a bookkeeping accelerator exercise. We're introducing a niche exercises. So we'll be focusing on, once a month, we'll be focusing on a particular niche. And on the 5th Friday of every month, Corey is going to walk us through a cleanup exercise. So today's exercise is a very simple level 1 exercise. And it actually comes from the ProAdvisor Academy. So Joel, I can't with this chat today. But hopefully Joel has put the link in the chat so you guys have access to it. And so if you are a subscribed member of the gym, remember that you have to use this link here in your exercise of the week, not the one that's in the chat. The one that's in the chat is for the people who have not subscribed. If you want Booksmatch credit, you have to use the one in here, so it's all linked up together. Okay. All right. So we're going to click here to learn about adding customers. Now, as I mentioned, this exercise comes from the ProAdvisor Academy. And I wanted to take a minute to walk through the Academy with you because it is confusing. It took me a while to actually figure this out. All right. So in case you are not familiar with the Academy, this is Intuit's ProAdvisor training for you. And if you are interested in getting a ProAdvisor certification, this is the training that you have to go through in order to do that. So inside your accountant account, which you know that you're in an accountant account because it says accountant up at the top, because it's a gray left navigation bar, and because it's separated into your practice and your books. Okay. So if you're in an account, you have to be in an accountant account, which again, if you are in the locker room, you get that QBO QuickStart teaches you all about that. If you're watching this replay on YouTube and for whatever reason you don't want to join the locker room, which I don't know why you would make that decision, but if you don't want to, there is a document, we'll link a document below, which we fondly refer to as our everything document. It's everything you ever wanted to know about the QuickBooks Online, ProAdvisor Academy, and certification, and it's going to go over all the stuff that I'm talking about today. In fact, I'm going to recommend some of you on the call today actually also get that document, and I'll explain why. Okay, so here I am in my accountant account. I have this item that says Pro Advisor, and I'm going to go to Training. Then I click Start Learning, and this will load the Pro Advisor Academy. Now, the first page that you land on is your hub, so you can kind of see like what you are doing and manage your stuff. And then you'll notice up at the top, there is certifications. So this is how you sign up for the different certification courses. Which, by the way, if you need our help, if you're finding that the Intuit Academy is confusing or boring, if you're getting lost, if you're like me and you're not a good reader and you need the more like I said, our signature style is hands-on, video-based, interactive, lots of hands-on practice. If that's your learning style and you would like our help, we do have a companion course available for the level 1. Joel will put that in the chat also. But anyway, so that's the certification programs. And then here on this tab is Learn. Now, the Learn tab is all of the available courses in the Pro Advisor Academy. So the certifications, there's a certification track, and each certification has 5 of these courses that you have to take in order to pass that certification. And you'll see, so here, for example, is Banking Level 1. So the Level 1 certification includes several of these that are labeled Level 1. So Banking Level 1, Expenses and Vendors Level 1, Getting Started Level 1. Okay, so all of the Level 1. And when you enroll in a certification, so if I go to certification and I enroll, well, this is a different one, but you see there's an enroll button, then it will put in your dashboard those 5 courses that you need to take for that certification. And you do have to click enroll in order to be able to like take the exams. Okay, so there's 5. So for the Level 1 Pro Advisor, there's 5 of these individual courses, and you have to take an exam for each of those 5, and then that's when you get certified. Again, I recommend that you get that everything doc because it goes into all of the detail about how it all works. And the important piece is the navigation, which is what we're going to talk about today. All right. So this exercise that we're doing, if I can find it again in my many, many tabs, not that one here. Okay. So this exercise is from the Sales and Customers Level 1 course. Okay, so we're going to go to back to the Pro Advisor Academy, and I'm going to find the Sales and Customers Level 1 course, this one right here. Now, this account has already taken it, but you're going to either see a Start button or you're going to see a, what does it say if you're already in it? I can't remember. Continue, or I think it's continue. Okay. All right. I'm going to say, no, I don't want to start. And this is what I wanted to spend some time talking about today before we get into the exercise, because this Pro Advisor Academy is so dang confusing. Let me just refresh my comments here. Okay. And I don't know how I'm going to make it bigger. Let's see, because I want to make sure that you see all of these little buttons. So I can make it bigger like that. Can I make it bigger this way? I want to make sure that you can see this. Okay, good. All right, hopefully that's good. I, of course, cannot see your comments, so I don't know if you have any questions about anything. Okay, so let's just take a minute to kind of navigate this together. So here I am. I'm in Level 1 Sales and Customers. The first thing you need to know is this arrow right here that if I hover over it and it says back, it does nothing. So you can hit it a million times. It's not going to do anything. Don't ever use that back button. Okay. If you actually want to go back, let me move my head so you can see. If you actually want to go back, you have to use this back button. But up here, I'm going to go diagonal up here. This right here can make this full screen, which I like. It doesn't actually make it full screen. It just deletes some of the kind of extraneous stuff. But notice when I did that, when I'm in full screen mode, the back button has disappeared. So if you want to go back to the ProAdvisor Academy, you have to remember to take it off of full screen mode to be able to get there. Okay, I'm moving my head back, guys. Moving my head. If I can figure out how to do this. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's like the back button. Okay, then you have these buttons up here. Now, if I hover over this button right here, it says next lesson, but that next lesson is not actually the next lesson. What this does is it actually opens exam mode, which you don't want. If I make it full screen, this little arrow, so I'm going to hit full screen, it actually changes the words next lesson. So it makes it even more confusing if you're in full screen mode. So this is not the next lesson. This is how you get to exam mode. These little buttons right here that say course content are not actually course content. These buttons, this will tell you, well, I can open it up so you can see, but it's annoying, it just takes you in between it shows you, oh yes, there's an exam mode and a learning mode, and that's all it is. And so you don't want to use that. Okay, so I'm going to hit, and now I'm totally out of the course. It's the navigation in this is just very annoying. Okay, so you don't ever want to use this course content button. Instead, you want to use this one that has that doesn't have the dots. So see, this one has dots. Can you see that? This one has dots. This one doesn't have dots. So the one that doesn't have dots, that's the one that you're going to use to actually navigate the course. And of course, in our companion course, we go over all of this. And if you grab that everything doc, then if you're in the course, you automatically get that everything doc. But if you don't have it, if you're not in our world, hopefully Joel put that in the chat. I don't know because I can't see the chat today. But hopefully he put that in the chat, and you can grab that. And I have pictures of like all of this, and it tells you like how to navigate and all of that good stuff. All right, so if I go to setup tasks, which is where we start the actual content, I'm going to make this full screen. And here is the training that you're supposed to go through in order to get that ProAdvisor certification. You'll notice that it's a lot of words. And yes, there's pictures, but there's no like video instruction. There's no interactive activities. That's why we have, there's some interactive stuff, but it's not reinforcement. Like there's nothing that like you learn a thing and then you have a way to reinforce that you know that thing. That's what's missing. So we're going to go scroll, and there's these different sections. And one of the sections, scroll, one of the sections, all right, come on into it, scroll. Oh my gosh, guys. Scroll. If you can learn this way, great. I'm happy for you. Not all of us can learn this way. All right. So you'll notice finally that you get to a section that is labeled Give It a Shot. And these Give It a Shot sections are what used to be called last year, they used to be called Pro Advisor Challenges. These are exercises for you to be able to try and duplicate or try and do what it is that you just learned. The problem is they're buried. They don't give you very good step-by-step instruction on how to do it. There's no pictures. There's no, like, it's not fun. And so that's why we have turned it into our signature style, which looks like this, which is a little easier to follow. And that's what we're going to be doing today, right now. Okay. All right. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to load our sample company. The sample company is where we spend the majority. This is where we do the majority of our exercises. And from my QBO account, I can click the gear icon and select right here, sample company. And it will log me out of my account, which means I'm also logged out of the Pro Advisor Academy, which means I can't have this open while I'm taking the test. So anyway, also, we recently created an Acadian quick link. So Joel will put that in the chat too, is oh my gosh, so many. Oh, there, I finally got a chunk. All right. Joel will put in the chat a quick link. It's just acadian.com/QBOA, so that you can load the accountant version of QuickBooks Online without actually having to log into your account. Okay, let's see. I finally got a chunk of comments. Let me make sure. Let's see. Aw, Cynthia, I love learning through your gym and your courses. Thank you. Sherry says, I love the new setup. The setup for what? I mean, I appreciate it. Yay! Lots of things have changed. Lindsay says, exciting plans for 2025 with the exercise of the week. True. All right, Joel has given the links for everything. Tara says Intuit needs to consult you, Margie, for their academy. You know, well, I don't want to get distracted. Jacqueline she's done a great job. She has a lot on her plate. Jacqueline Anku is the one that created the academy. They're not trainers. Like, their job is not trainers. They're a software company, and what they do is they present the information, whereas our courses, we actually teach you the information. There's a huge difference. All right, so let's get some practice in. So we've got our sample company. It's going to log us out. All right, now we're going to finally, oh my gosh, guys, finally, we're going to get to our hands-on practice. Now, if I have the sample, let me start over. So all of our exercises are created with a software called Scribe. And Scribe has a Google Chrome extension, where if you load that Google Chrome extension and you have the sample company open, then when you hover over the first, this was confusing in the group a while ago, it's the first white step. Okay, so notice how these are all like, well, actually, that one doesn't go to a place. That's not the first white step. But anyway, it's the first one that actually has like a thing to click, right? So it will, if you hover over this corner, it will say Guide Me. And when I click Guide Me, and then I confirm, it will put the exercise and the sample company right next to each other. Okay, so in order to do that, you have to have installed the Google Chrome extension, which looks like this, which is Scribe. It's called Scribe. It'll put this little red thing up at the top. And yeah, so now I am on the wrong, okay. So, so you can look and you can drag this middle portion so that it can be bigger or smaller as you want to see. Oh, that's not, I don't want the exercise. I want QuickBooks. There it is, the sample company. Okay. All right, so let's actually talk about this exercise. So at the top, we have our scenario. This isn't the scenario, this is the challenge, but we want to add a new customer to Craig's Design and Landscaping Services customers list. Okay, and they gave you some information about what you need to do to add this. Now, if you are brand new, and you really don't know much about QuickBooks Online, there are a ton of ways to add customers. There are a ton of places to get to the same thing. So we're just going to show you one today, the one that's in the exercise, the one that Intuit, their step-by-step shows you. But know that this will work in the same concepts will work no matter where you are adding a customer. Okay, so for these instructions, what we're going to do is on the left navigation bar, we're going to click Sales. Okay, now this right here, notice it has Sales and then it has all of these sub menu items. Okay, this Sales right here is called the Sales Center. So if I just click, so I could go directly to these sub things, or I could just click Sales. And if I do that, the tabs here up at the top are the same things that you see right here. So this is called the Sales Center. Notice it says Sales, Overview, All Sales, Invoices, Estimates, etc. Overview, All Sales, Invoices, Estimates, etc. Okay, so that's kind of get your brain around how that works. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to the Customers tab. And then we're going to click New Customer. All right. So if you got the email, so I forgot to post in the Facebook group, but I did remember to send the email to everybody telling them of what we were covering today. And one of the things that I said in the email was that I would be talking about where Intuit falls short in their exercise. So, so let's talk about that. Okay, so what they want you to do is they want you to put in the customer display name. We're going to put Patty's name. Okay, so I'm just going to copy and paste that. Patty Crawford. Okay, and then so you'll notice, by the way, I should point out that the customer section is, or the customer, add new customer profile is divided into sections. And each section has a little drop down arrow here. And these up here will take you directly to those sections. So this is the name and contact section. This is the addresses section. This is the notes and attachments section. Okay, so that's what those are up at the top. And you'll notice that they did not ask me to put Patty's name here in first name, last name. They just asked me to put it here in customer display name. After we've gone through the exercise, we're going to go back and fill in and see what a difference those other things make. But for right now, we will just, we're just going to do the exercise as is. Remember, this is their exercise. Okay, so we're going to put in the email address right here. We're going to put in the phone number right here. We're going to scroll down to the address section. And it is 333. I got to turn that off. I cannot see. I have this little click thingy, but it's too dark for me to see when I copy and paste. Okay, so Middlefield, California. I don't know where that is. I hope they're not on fire. California. And the zip code, okay? And then they also want us to add in the payment section the primary payment method of MasterCard. And then we're going to click Save. All right, let me just check my comments here. Make sure everyone's following along. Okay. Yay, Brenda says she just learned something new. Woohoo. What was it? We're all dying to know. I'm not going to save Patty here. Okay. So now this is Patty's profile, but we want to go back and see her in the customer list. So what do they have us do? Click customers again. We could also click customers here. Oh yeah, that is the one where they want us to. So we're going to click customers right here. And now here is Patty. I'm going to click this little button right here. That's going to close my left navigation bar so that we can see this easier. All right. So notice what is missing from. Okay, so we're done with the exercise. That's it for the exercise. I'm actually going to close the exercise so we have as much space as necessary, because now Margie's going to add her special sauce. Because you need to understand how this works. All right, so notice what is missing now from this customer record. So we have Patty's name here, but look, we did not fill in a company name, okay? So I can go in and I can add, I'm going to click, let's see, I think I can click on her. Yeah, there we go. And I have to click edit to go and edit the record, okay? And here the company name is blank. So I'm going to say that Patty runs a company called Crawford Crawfish. I'm now done with the exercise. This is just me. We did the exercise, but now I'm just showing you extra stuff here, okay? So Crawford Crawfish, okay? So now I'm going to click Save. And let's go back to that customers list again. Okay, so here is the company name, okay? Now, this name right here is the display name. So let's go back to, let's look at Cookies by Kathy actually. Cookies by Kathy, that's a company, right? See, it matches this company name. This is a company. Let's see if we go in and let's see if it says, and I have to edit again here. I don't want these pop-ups. I'm going to edit. Okay, look. Her name is Kathy Kuplis. Her company name is Cookies by Kathy. Why does it say, for her, it says Cookies by Kathy in that list, but for Patty, it says Patty Crawford? Well, it's because of this right here, which is the customer display name. So if I click this down arrow, I have three choices. I can use the company name. I can use Kathy's first and last name, or I can have last name, comma, first name. And I can do that separately for every single customer. And that is a bad, bad thing. If I go back, I'm going to go back to my customers list. Okay, so now we have Kuplis, comma, Kathy. We have Patty Crawford, but this one is Paulson Medical Supplies. Okay, so when you are working, this is one of the things that Corey actually talks about in our cleanup course. So the main thing that we talk about in the cleanup course, and if you're interested in finding out about that, Joel will put that in the link as the link as well. The cleanup course teaches you how to use QBO tools to clean up a set of books. And because we're all about hands-on interactive, not only do you get the instruction, you actually get a final project where you actually clean up a set of messy books. And if we just announced, maybe you saw in the newsletter, we just announced that we're now offering a certification for cleanup. And that certification will be listed on Booksmatch too. So the majority of what you're learning in the cleanup is cleaning up the accounts, because that really is what matters, the numbers, the financial data. But as a courtesy, it's also good to clean up your customer list. And what happens is people put in customers every which way, and then it makes it difficult when you're running reports, when you are just looking, when you're searching for something, it makes it difficult. So I highly recommend, now that you understand how that display name works, that you keep aware of that. There's one last thing that I want to cover related to the exercise, and that is, remember how we selected the payment method. That was part of the exercise. When we looked at Patty Crawford here, one of the things that Intuit wanted us to do in this exercise was to select MasterCard as the primary method of payment. I don't know how valuable that is. I don't know why. I'm totally open to having, seasoned bookkeepers tell me why it would be important to keep track of a payment. I understand why you would keep track of a payment method for a vendor, like as your company. Why, this vendor I use this credit card, and this vendor I use this credit card, or whatever. This vendor I use ACH because there's no fee, but this, I understand that. But when you're receiving payments, I haven't quite wrapped my head around why it would be valuable to have a primary method of payment. But that is the case. So let's see where that shows up. Basically, if I create a sales receipt or pay an invoice, it will automatically have the MasterCard be there. So I can create a new transaction right here. So let's create a sales receipt. A sales receipt, for those of you who are new, is payment at the time of the sale. And that's different than an invoice, which is you have the sale, you send them an invoice, and then they pay later. So for the sales receipt, notice right here, payment method automatically says MasterCard. That's because that's what we selected in the customer record. Now, if an invoice, let me exit this, leave without saving, and I'm going to create an invoice instead. Well, for an invoice, there is no payment method because I haven't paid it yet. So for an invoice, I would just set it up. We're going to sell Patty a rock fountain because that's pretty much what we always use. I'm going to hit save and close. And now I have to pay that invoice, and it's the receive payment that has the payment method, and this automatically came from Patty's record. Okay? All right. So that is our exercise. Let me just check the comments again. Make sure that Brenda says she never noticed the buttons at the top of the new customer card that take you to the sections. That's what I love about the Friday sessions. You always give extra. Aww. All right. Stephanie says, can the payment section be set up for automatic payments? Can the payments section be set up for automatic payments? I have to look. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know if off the top of my head, if that is related to QB payments, if they're connected to QB payments, if you would store, I think if I recall correctly, it does store the payment information. So if you could have like a stored credit card or a stored ACH bank information, if you're signed up for QB payments, it's all coming back to me. I think that is the case. I would have to look into that, but I'm pretty sure that that's the case now that I think about it. Okay. Oh, Susan says always learning something new. Me too. Yay. So, let me just comment on that for a minute, because as I'm working on the bookkeeping accelerator, this is for brand new folks. And there's so much content. There's just so much content. There's so much to learn. This is such a deeper dive than any other bookkeeping course that I know of. Like the bookkeeping courses that I know of give you just the bare minimum so that you can go out and do the job, and then they're expecting you to learn the deeper stuff like over time. And we're kind of flipping that on its head and saying, no, you're more valuable if you know the deeper stuff right from the get-go. So there's just so much. It's so much. But I also have to balance people feeling overwhelmed, because the thing about it is that no matter how long you have been doing this, you are always going to find out, there's always going to be new things, and there's always going to be things that you learn. It doesn't matter. Like you could be in this, some people in the group, they've been like a CPA for 30 years and they're like, oh my gosh, I learned something new. And you may have seen in the newsletter this morning that I am now going to be a guest host on the Unofficial QuickBooks Accountants podcast with Alicia Katz-Pollock. And my segment is called Look What I Found. Or it's called Look What We Found, which is like all of the little tiny things, all of the little new things that we're going to be covering. And it's always a journey. Like it will always be that way. So don't feel overwhelmed that you don't know everything, because nobody knows everything. Everybody, like that's why there's groups for us to all reach out and support each other and ask questions and all of that. So anyway, I'm glad that came up. All right. So let's go back to, what were we doing? I've totally forgotten now. Oh, we talked about the payments. Oh, I was reading the comments. That's what I was doing. Let's see. Okay, so now that we've done our exercise, another benefit of the QBO Gym and the exercise of the week is that we give you marketing prompts. So the reason that these marketing prompts came about is because I kept hearing from people, oh, I know that I'm supposed to post on social media, but I don't know what to say. And I just kept thinking, well, but you're learning something every day. Like that's what you post on social media. So we decided to create, as part of the gym, marketing prompts. Now, as you are in the gym itself, you actually earn marketing prompts as you go through. So remember I showed you that February list of like, in February, you learn about estimates, okay? So then once you've done that, you unlock marketing prompts about estimates, okay? So that's how that works in the gym. But with the exercise of the week, we give you a marketing prompt for every exercise. And so the marketing prompt that comes with this exercise, we like to call them QBO tips, QBO quick tips, so that when you post on social media, then it grabs people's attention. So here's your QBO quick tip for what we just learned today, which is this: your customers should be your favorite people. After all, they are how you pay the bills. But how's that customer list doing in QuickBooks Online? Consider this your sign to take a few minutes and clean it up. First step, make sure that the names are displaying consistently. Let me know if I can help. Okay, so we just talked about what that display name means and how it works. And so now you can go and you can teach that to somebody else, or you can just wave your flag and let people know that that you're available. If you would like help learning how to create these quick tips, then we are now starting enrollment for the February Getting Clients cohort. So the Getting Clients cohort, we teach you how to set up LinkedIn. We teach you how to use your QBO quick tips for prompts. We teach you, Lindsay, who's our program manager for that, she teaches a Canva class to teach you how to do your logos. We teach you how to reach out to people, what to say, and we do this every month, and you are actually guaranteed to land a diagnostic review by the end of the month, or you get 100% of your money back. As long as you've done the activities. There's accountability, there's mindset, there's like getting out of your own way stuff. And anyway, so Joel will put the Getting Clients cohort in the chat as well. And then I think that's it. I think I am done for the day, guys. I think that's it. Let me just refresh. Let me go refresh the screen. The current Getting Clients cohort for January, they've already started. It's probably, you can join this month if you want, but it's probably not a good idea. It's probably best to get started because there is a lot. There's a lot of the training to do. Then there's group support and accountability and all of that. So let me just see how the chat is doing. Okay, let's see. Joel has posted. Oh yeah, so you guys, if you're not subscribers to the gym and you're on here live, Joel has posted that QuickBooks the marketing prompt. Oh, by the way, another thing I forgot to mention is that if you are a member of the gym, then, or if you're a member of the cleanup course, you get the Getting Clients cohort at significantly reduced rates. So you clean up, they get $100 off. As you're working through the gym, in the same way that you earn marketing prompts, you also earn coupons. So you can you're earning coupons for to get the off of the Getting Clients cohort. All right, let's see. What other questions? Mara says, Mora says, I was doing an exercise in the gym last week that was an advanced exercise, but think to the advanced sample company kept taking me to the regular sample company. All right, so just to clarify what she's talking about there, Intuit provides 3 different sample companies for us to play around with. One of them is the QBO Plus subscription level. Let me back up. One of them is the client version. So it's as if you are a business owner using QuickBooks Online for QBO Plus. And a client version, again, as if you are a business owner using QuickBooks Online for the advanced subscription level. So it has all the advanced features. And then they also provide an accountant version. Remember I said in the beginning that the accountant version is different than the regular business version. So we've got those 3 sample companies. The accountant version only is QBO Plus, however. So even though in real life, many of us have advanced versions that came with our QBO, it's kind of a convoluted story. But anyway, so one of the issues of the gym is entirely dedicated to the features of the QBO advanced subscription level. And so instead of using your QBOA login, you use it's a different link. And that's what Maura is saying, is that that when she was using the advanced link, it was taking her to, it says regular, so either the QBO Plus or the accountant version. So Maura, to solve that problem, two things. One is you want to make sure that you are logged out of whatever account you're in. And logging out doesn't just mean closing the window. It means like actually logging out. Let me see if I can show you here. Let me load up okay. All right, so here's that receive payment we were looking at. Okay, this right here, when you're in the sample company, they always have you logged in as like these crazy names. And so you're always going to have this letter here. If it's your actual company, it'll be the first letter of your name. But in the sample companies, it's like these weird names, and that's why there's that letter. So you want to make sure and sign out of whatever account you're using before you use that link, because if you don't, it will just open up the whatever you were using previously. The other thing, if that's still not working for you, then just open it in an incognito window or a private window. Ellen says if we don't add a preferred payment, oh, you're talking about the for the customer? Yeah, no, just leave it out. I don't know why they included it. I don't know why they included it. I don't know why it's useful. It's not a required field. So just leave it out. And then if you leave it out, then it'll just be, it always goes to whatever the last thing you used was. So that's how it is. All right. Oh, lots of congratulations on the podcast. Thank you. I'm super excited. Okay, when will the accelerator start? It's the end of this month. So make sure that you are on the wait list, because only the wait list people are going to get, you know how it goes with all this marketing stuff, guys. It's like you get super goodies and discounts and bonuses, and, it's not my team. Like, I have a team that is managing all of that marketing stuff. It's not my wheelhouse. But yeah. So make sure that you're on the wait list, because the people on the wait list are going to get the goodies and the discounts and all of that stuff, that whatever they're planning. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to scroll. Okay. Scroll. Let's see. What else? Okay. So Stephanie asked about the automatic payments. Let's see. Okay, so Uy says, with 1099 season, I am learning to use the payment method thanks to the gym and the repetition to add the payment method. That's an excellent point. The payment method for a vendor is really important, because sending out a 1099, whether you need to send out a 1099 depends on how you paid that vendor. Okay, if you paid the vendor with a credit card, then you don't have to file a 1099, because the credit card company will file the credit card company knows. So the payment method for vendors, that's money going out, is super important. The payment method for money coming in is where I'm struggling. I mean, it's good for record keeping, I'm saying, but having a default for the customer, that's what I'm not 100% sure of. So Ellen asked if their preferred payment method is the MasterCard. Is the customer giving you their MasterCard number? Only if you, Intuit has another product that is called QB Payments. And QB payments, everyone on this call should be signed up for QB payments. Sign up for QB payments. QB payments is a merchant service, So it allows you to process, you or your client should also be signed up for this. It allows you to process credit cards and ACH payments. Okay, so that's what QB payments does. It's a legal thing. It's a separate product. You have to apply. You have to, I don't know what the requirements are, but I signed up for it when I was brand new in business and they let me in. So I don't know. I don't remember. But you sign up for it and then that allows you to process credit card transactions. And that's super important because that's how you're going to collect payment from your clients. Don't send your clients invoices. Oh my gosh. Don't send your clients invoices because then you have to chase your clients for payment. Just have an agreement right up front. I'm going to charge your credit card and that make sure that you get paid every month. You either charge your credit card, which is safer, or you do ACH, whichever. Sorry, my nose is running. Okay. So in the case of, if you have QBO payments, then yes, you'll actually collect their credit number and you'll actually make the payment. Otherwise, you have to have an external payment service. Okay. Oh, Lynette, I'm so sorry. Everyone's sick. Pins and needles for the bookkeeping accelerator. Oh, it's so good, guys. It's so good. Okay, let's see comments about the podcast. Thank you. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that our marketing method, we also teach you how to market your business, how to reach out, what exactly to say. You can actually get that for free on YouTube. We have a YouTube video that Joel has put in the chat that is my training on how to actually do that, how to actually put yourself out there. So you can do that totally for free. The Getting Clients cohort is all about group support. It's about mindset, getting out of your comfort zone. It's about you get the training on how to actually use Canva, how to actually LinkedIn, and then the group support for actually taking action and doing the thing. Speaking of taking action, if you haven't noticed, I forgot to point out, and maybe I should start doing this in my intro, let me go back to the, I skipped right over it. I had to, I was trying to get to the exercises. But we are now offering focus hours. So you can go right here and see, as a member of the locker room, one of the other benefits is for the month of January, you get to participate for free in our focus hours. So 10 times per week, you can gather for an hour with somebody, with a group of people, and have it's like an accountability session where you go, you set your intention, you work on your thing for an hour, and then everybody comes back together and encourages each other. This, for the last Getting Clients cohort that we ran, we packaged it all together. We had the focus hours and the cohort at the same time. And we decided, and so many people loved the focus hours. Like at the end, when I asked everybody, okay, what was the best part? Like what was, all that stuff, we had our celebration. Everyone said the focus hours because it forces you don't even have to sign up for a time. You just show up. Lindsay's got all the information right here. And you just, you show up. And it kind of forces you to put your feet to the fire. If you are a person who struggles to do the thing that you say you're going to do, we all know, we all cancel on ourselves, right? Like it's so easy to just for ourselves. But when somebody else is expecting you, when there's somebody else to keep you accountable, that's when you actually do it. So for the month of January, we're letting everyone experience the focus hours for free. And here's just an example of the things that you can be working on during that time, whether it's working through your certifications, working on the gym, doing the exercise week, working on cleanup, working that final project, whether it's doing marketing, like this is your time to do your reach outs, or whether you're just actually doing client work and you just want to gather together live with other people. That's what the focus hours are. So yeah, so let's see. All right, let me refresh my comment thingies. Just so weird. I figured out how to force that, like that group thing. Okay, let's see. I've got a ton of that. Force a chunk of comments. I figured out how to do that. I don't know why that's happening today. Okay. So Lindsay's got that in the chat. Susan says she can't find her link for what? Susan Fry says, yes, please. I can't find my link. So I don't know what you're asking for. So just post in the chat again, because there's this huge delay because I have to like push 2 buttons in order to see the comments. Okay, let's see. Do we know the cost yet of the accelerator? I assume you're asking about the accelerator. No, that hasn't been announced yet. And honestly, internally, it keeps changing. So it's a good thing that we haven't announced it because sometimes I'm like, this is worth $1 million. And then other times I'm like, oh, I want everyone to have this for free, So it's like, we got to find the balance there. Okay. Let's see. So yeah, Lindsay's telling you how to find the focus hours tab. Kelly says, would it help in tracking how many 1099s LLC should expect to receive from their customers? No. No, I don't think so. I can't imagine that that's like a thing that people care about. We'd have to sit down to have a long chat, Kelly, because I'm like, I can't see that right now, but, yeah. All right, so Rosalba says, I'm registered for the cleanup course and signed up for the cleanup certification, and I'm also a member of the gym. Can I get a discount for the cohort? Yes, you get $100 off. Everybody who is in the cleanup course automatically gets $100 off. So write to us at support@acadian.com, and that's AKADIAN, and we can add it to your account. If you've done, depending on how much you've done in the gym, if you go to your marketing prompts page, you'll see if you qualified for a coupon, it'll show up there. Let's see. Rosalba says, how do you get time to do so much for us? That is an excellent question. Well, number one, I have to say I have an amazing team. So I have like there are more than a dozen people working behind the scenes. I think we have 17 people on our team now who are working behind the scenes to do all this. So number one, it's not all just me. But number two, yeah, Joel will tell you that we are actively working to get more things off of my specific plate so that I have something of a life. He would like to have a wife again. All right, so Lindsay says about the coupon codes. Yeah, so coupon codes in the gym, you go to the marketing section. Okay, all right, another chunk. Got the focus hours. That was Susan's question. All right. Yeah, so Kelly doesn't know why we would need to enter in customer payment. I mean, it's valuable to know how the customer paid. Like I'm not lamenting that we should track how the customer paid. The payment method is important. That's not what I'm questioning. What I'm questioning is if you need a default payment method for each customer. So, Sally always pays with a check and George always pays with MasterCard. Like, why do I care? Why do I care that each of those people pay that specific way? And so if they don't pay that way, like that's extra clicks for me. I don't know. So anyway, so Rosalba says, so I need a team as well to become like you. Well, I didn't always have a team. It grew step by step. So just do the work, one foot in front of the other, and it'll happen. Okay, I'm going to refresh one more time, and then I have to go because number one, I have to get back to work on the accelerator, and number two, I'm actually recording my first episode with Alicia today. So, all right, I did my thing, and I think that is it. It did not force any more. Lindsay says our team is amazing. Well, she is on our team, so of course she's going to say that. Lindsay is one of those amazing team members. All right, that's it, guys. I cannot stay and chat anymore. I've got to get back to work on the accelerator. I want this to be just the most amazing, mind-blowing thing ever. My goal actually, and I've told this to my team many, many times, I can't remember whether I've said it to you, but I will say it now. My goal with the accelerator is that it is so good and our graduates are so amazing that accountants across the country say, I don't ever want to work with another bookkeeper unless they have gone through the Acadian course. I only want to work with Acadian graduates because Acadian graduates are head and shoulders above every other bookkeeper. That's my goal. So in order to achieve that goal, that means you guys have to step up and be that. You have to be so good. You have to be so good. And I'm going to help you get there, but you're the one that has to do the work. So, all right, with that, I'm going to let you go. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. If you are on the East Coast and you're struggling with all this snow, those of us in the South who are like having unexpected snow, and if you are in California or have loved ones in California and experiencing going through the fires, then I'm sending good wishes and prayers and all of that for everybody's safety. And with that, I will see you next week. I can't wait to hear your success stories.